Hello, everyone. It is Rev here with the Mind of the Rev. It is currently the day after my birthday, July 8th, and today is going to be a drawing video. I am not sure when I will post this. Well, I'm planning on recording a few today, but I thought before I do some drawings, I would actually just show you some, at least what I'm going to do in this video is, I have these little things called um, uh, artist trading cards. Um, Basically, they're little pieces of like sketch pad, but the size of like a trading card. And I generally enjoy doing drawings where it's these little smaller drawings where it's like detailed and stuff. I really get into that. This doesn't necessarily have a particular way to look at it. I don't know when I do it. I'm when I do certain drawings, when I draw, when I am attempting to remember to always date them. And in both cases of these drawings, I did not plan anything out. I kind of just started. And it's funny when I look at this one, I can almost, I don't know, it's abstract. So if you see something, that's great. If you don't, then, well, that's great too. It's not to see something. I probably don't sound too high energy. That's because I'm not. It's been a long day, week, moment after moment. Things things are better at home, but not as good as they could be. And with this video, in this drawing, I'm actually going to do something that I sometimes do on occasion, just for the sake of just drawing, as I like to challenge myself with what I use. Because I've kind of learned over time that even with, say, a harder lead like this 4B, there's a way that I can draw lighter, just not put as much weight on it, and I can draw something literally with something that's, I can draw a detailed drawing with nothing but one pencil, which seems like a duh, but if you've drawn with, drawing pencils, and you know that it's, a single, like, for example, the 4B is basically like bold. It's a darker, meaning it takes less pressure to make something. I'm going to pause the recording for a moment, and I'm going to actually see if I can find some public domain music to play in the background. Okay, so I'm going to not worry about music because I just realized I've gotten in trouble with my videos. Not trouble, but I had an unlisted video that I did, and I had to change the background music, and part of it was muted, and it just kind of ruined the whole point. So, start with blank piece of paper, the size of a trading card, and a sharpened 4B drawing pencil. That actually, I've had years ago, for my birthday, I went to Hobby Lobby and I bought more. I bought more of these, and this was like prior to COVID, so it's been over 5 years, and you can probably tell this hasn't been opened. So these drawing pencils I've had for 10 years, or actually more than 10 years, because they are the same ones I used for my drawing class in college. So they are very old. I just haven't drawn a lot in, so many years. Okay. It was actually when I'm gonna, let's see how that looks. Can't even see it. Oh, there it is. I think I have too much light on. Let me see if at some point I have to invest in something that will make these drawing videos easier to see. I'm not entirely sure where the picture is, but I have um, this sketch that I did that it started out with me just drawing something similar to this, just let me see, a cube, and it became this kind of extravagant looking, almost like a tribal thing. So I'm kind of drawing something that's inspired by just the memory of that, because I can't remember where it is. I'm not trying to copy what I drew, but I'm trying to create something similar to that. And if I can find it, I will post it with the final picture on Instagram whenever I post this. I like the idea of drawing small sketches, but have them be part of a series. So it'd be interesting to actually try to not recreate old drawings, because that would be kind of like going backwards, but to actually almost try to use old drawings as inspirations. Thing is, I have a lot of ideas for what I want to do with the drawing videos. I want to do something where, like, I have the building things that I'm doing with right now just Legos, but eventually models. Um, I want to combine the stuff uh, to basically do a small little scene where I'm literally, I wouldn't say backdrop because you're looking at a desk. So basically using probably a bigger piece of paper and creating almost like a ground drawing, and do off the cuff scenes with whatever I built, with possibly some help from some old action figures and things like that. Um, so life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. I don't know. At some point, I do need to figure out if there's a way that I can use some public domain music for background. Just, I know plenty of musicians that would technically give me the okay to use their music, but the problem is um, YouTube doesn't work that way. Like I to actually use the music, I would probably have to go through a long process of actually contacting like something with YouTube where I can have like a written permission that yes, you can use this music. And honestly, it just seems like it would be easier just to try to find some music that wouldn't get me in trouble. But I don't know what I would do with these drawings that I'm doing. Um, I think for the next video I record, I think it'd be interesting to try to just do a drawing just with like a some kind of like a one of my pens, like my colored ink pens. Technically, I could do something where the uh, I have a pen somewhere that it's one of those things where it has like you can use multiple, like it has, I think, blue, red, black ink, and you just basically like you press a button on it. So technically, if I was using that, I would technically be using the same pen, um, but that would be kind of in in the not in the I guess the what's the word spirit of what I would try to be doing. I mean, it'd be interesting having to do with like limited colors, where it's just there's three or four colors, but admittedly, it is harder to do something like this with just it's not possible, but and as I said in I think a previous video, and I think I've already said it now, I like being able to put little details like in things. So it's for example, what I just did on the inside of the okay, on the inside of the little, I guess, garage looking thing, I have little almost like tile or brick or something that I just put there. Um, and I think about drawing something that's like supposed to be less detailed because it's seen as far off, so it's like it doesn't have to be as exact. Um, I've been, and one of the things I love about this is the fact that literally by just doing a few things, I've literally changed the concept of the drawing by just putting a couple lines in because where oh before this section was it looked like a flat piece. Now I the illusion the idea is that now it's less of that and you no longer have you know a way. I don't like abstract stuff, so it's like um, And some of the videos I'm planning on doing is try to like do something where it's different styles. Like when I was in high school, had to do this assignment where basically I did everything just in dots. Um, which I've done before years ago. I don't think I've done one like that in a long time. Um, and one of the things that's very common with my drawings is I rarely have empty space. Like most of my drawings are always going to have, not necessarily every inch of it, but for example, this pathway right here was a blank space, and it could have remained that, but I'm not a fan of that. Plus, I just, like I said, I like putting details. Hmm. And let's just look at this thing upside down and see what it looks like. It's a much different look when it's upside down or sideways. I know exactly what I'm going to do. I've done this thing in a lot of other um, drawings. Well, not a lot, but just the idea of this mysterious eye just, there. Let me. There we have it. Let's see what's today. Oh, the day after my birthday, man. I'm dense. 7, 9, 23. There we have it. A drawing on a trading card. A trading card. Artist trading card. Well, that's it for this week. I will see you next week with a building video of some sort. Bye.